Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Kris.
And today we'll be talking about The Kardashians, Season 5, Episode 1.
Listen, we are back reviewing the show, The Kardashians. Check out our last season that we did. I think we did okay. That was our first time, and we were pretty fresh on this channel reviewing The Kardashians. But we're back, and we're better. And you ready to walk us through this, Blair?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
So we start with Kourtney. She's in bed with some of her girlfriends talking about her pregnancy. Mm-hmm. She says she feels great. Travis ends up calling, and he is getting ready for his show. So she says a prayer for him to do well during his show.
Okay.
So she, at this point, is 31 and a half weeks pregnant. There was a scare. So they planned a scan at home so that the family, all the kids and everyone could see the baby. Mm-hmm. The doctor ended up seeing something on the scan and had her go in for a fetal surgery. So Travis was gone touring, so her mom took her there. When he ended up coming back, he slept with her like at the hospital and everything like that. There was an issue to where he couldn't get updates on his flight because the Wi-Fi was messed up on the airplane. So he was kind of freaking out, not being able to get updates. But basically, she's in a good position now. She is on bed rest, and thankfully, everything turned out well.
Your thoughts on that scene alone?
My thoughts, I thought it was interesting. Of course, how do I put it? Kourtney can have friends, right? Mm-hmm. And she's in the bed with her friends. They're eating, chilling out, hanging out, stuff like that. And I think all of the family, each of them have like a lot of different friends and stuff. But, and I think this might be making a issue out of a non-issue, but it would have been nice to see her have that conversation with her sisters and her family, and basically like how she's feeling with the pregnancy, how the scare impacted her, and just kind of seeing like the family rally around her. It is nice, to have support of friends and everything like that, but I really enjoy the show for the family dynamic. So I feel like it would have been nice to see all the sisters there supporting Kourtney in that moment. So
each season, we are getting further and further away from family dynamic. They are only showing up for events, but it just seems like, or arguments, right? I was thinking to myself, this show, not in that scene, but it was other scenes to where everyone's like in a clique. And you kind of see it in near the end of the episode or at some point where they was going to Paris. Yeah. And it's like, okay, whenever it comes to anything that has to do with work, you go see Kim and Kris. Yeah. Right? That's one clique. Anything that has to do with home, you go see Khloé, and you may even sprinkle in a little Scott. You know what I mean? I don't know why we still see Scott, but that's just my opinion. Yeah. And Khloé is most of the time by herself. Yeah. So I'm hoping throughout the season we can see more of a family dynamic with the Kardashian show. I don't even count Kendall, to be honest, unfortunately, and Kylie. But I'm going to speak more on the family dynamic the more we get into the show.
Right. So Kim is in New York. Yeah. She said that she was going to slow down, take some time off. And that was her intention last year when we were reviewing the show. But she has not done that. No. She is in law school. She's working. She has 4 kids. So she is extremely busy.
Yeah. She said, not only have I not done that, I am not going to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that she has come to the realization that this is what brings her joy. Yeah. Constantly moving about and having things to do.
Now, guys, I'm going to walk you through this reunion with me, at least from this perspective of keep that in mind. Keep how busy Kim is. And as we talk about Khloé in this reunion, I'm going to put them two against each other because that's what basically they're foreshadowing.
The review.
You're right? So keep that in mind because I got something to say that I think we all can relate to. Let's keep going.
So Khloé and Kris end up going to Scott's house just to do like a little check-in. And apparently Scott has lost a lot of weight. And they do show us a clip of him from last year to where he said he gained a lot of weight because of his back issue. Yeah. So he's getting back healthier. I don't know if Scott looks healthier to me. He don't look good to me. He looks smaller, but I don't know if he looks healthier. Yeah. But that's what they're saying about Scott and his weight.
Hopefully you're doing it the right way, brother.
Yeah. So Kris promised Mason a car when he turned 16, and Mason is really looking forward to that. Khloé tells us a story about how her mom told her that she had a legal, what did she say? Like
a government
issued license or whatever. So Khloé would drive the kids to school, like the younger kids, Kylie and Kendall, to school. And then she tells a story about how her mom got drunk at some event and she was on the highway driving her mom back home. She was throwing up and it ended up getting splashed back into Khloé's face all over her really nice jacket and everything. So
that kind of let me look at you, Kris, as a parent. Like, what were you on? But maybe that tax bracket, the way they do things, is something totally different.
Maybe it's different, but I think that also speaks to why Khloé is always in the role of caretaker.
Yeah.
Because
take care of her mama.
Because she's been in the role of caretaker for such a long time. Even in seasons prior, she's talked about, like, you know, Kendall and Kylie, like, I love them, like I raised them. Like I was there for them. I made sure they did their homework. I was, you know, basically I was another mother to them. So I can see why Khloé goes as far as to take care of Dream and help Rob out with Dream. And, you know, it's more of like a mommy, auntie and all these types of things. Because it seems like Kris has had that has had Khloé in that position for a long time.
Is that a double-edged sword, though? It is
a double-edged sword.
Meaning that do you think Khloé feel taken care of enough? Usually the one that's basically the strong, you know how they always got that saying, the strongest friend. You know, sometimes they need a phone call too, guys. You know, sometimes they need to be checked on. Do you think Khloé is getting reciprocated what she gives out in the sense of caretaker?
I don't think so. And even when it comes to the relationships that she chooses, I mean, the men that she's been in relationships with, it doesn't seem like they have cared for her in the way that she's cared for people either. And I can see why that would put her into a shell of, if nobody else going to take care of me, I need to take time for myself and take care of me. Yeah. So I get where Khloé's coming from. So there is apparently there was a documentary coming out about the Kardashians. No one agreed to do it except for Caitlyn, and Khloé was pretty hurt by it. Yeah. Kim is basically like, I think of Bruce as my stepdad and the great time that we had. Anything beyond that, you know, I don't allow Caitlyn to change the perspective of how I had Bruce in my life growing up as my dad or stepdad. And then they kind of talk about how Kris is still super helpful with Caitlyn, is super kind and all this type of stuff. So why would Caitlyn want to be on this show or documentary to badmouth the Kardashians?
Listen here, man. If there was a PR way to talk bad about someone, boy, they did it in this scene. Yeah. Because obviously you could tell they don't bang with Caitlyn, right? They even little passive aggressive shots. They say, I like Bruce. Yeah. You know, but Caitlyn, I don't know about that sister. Yeah. And I'm like, ooh, y'all kind of, I wonder what y'all say when the camera's not on. You get what I'm saying? Because I can just tell just by the energy of, you know, with Bruce, I had all those, no, Bruce don't exist no more. Right. It's Caitlyn, you know, but let's keep going.
Yeah. Well, Kris is actually going to be going to Paris Fashion Week. Of course. She is trying to get Khloé to come. Kim says that they're only going to be there Kim is only going to be in Paris for 12 hours. Khloé really likes the routine of school and home with the kids and making sure that everything is running smoothly. Yeah. So to her, it's not worth it to be in Paris for 12 hours. She's like, I'd rather stay home.
Yeah. She said, you trying to sell me? Like, it's only 12 hours. She's like, well, you sound like you don't need me then. Like it's not even that long. Let's keep going.
Well, Khloé goes to visit Tristan. He has been signed back to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Yeah. So he will be leaving for Cleveland soon.
Yeah. During that time in his stunt in Cleveland, he got suspended for some restricted drugs, some type of steroid. You get what I'm saying?
This is when he got signed back. He got in trouble again Oh, interesting. So for Khloé, it's been a stressful few years. So she wants to put her time into things that make her happy. So Amari, which is Tristan's brother who has special needs, he won't be going to Cleveland. He's going to be staying in LA with all his caretakers, his doctors. And I think Khloé is also power of attorney and making sure that things run smoothly with him. So Tristan is saying that he's going to miss the home unit and just kind of having his kids and Khloé and all that stuff there and his brother. But Khloé is just like, he'll get into the swing of things. Like it was an adjustment period when he came to LA. It'll be an adjustment period when he gets back, but he'll be all right.
I want to put a warning out to Khloé as if this is a live show that they do and the show's not already filmed. Okay. Right? Beware of Tristan this season. Really beware. Because I believe his mother passed away, and he's already talking about how, you know, it's going to be adjusted parent. It's going to be an adjustment period. Basically not having his brother with him and things like that. Taking care of his brother, so he go feel alone. Even how he was talking little nuggets there. We should just build a tunnel from your house to my house and things like that. Because he's trying to cleave to something that is familiar.
Yeah.
Right? That doesn't mean that he's going to treat what is familiar right.
Correct.
Right? But it just means that because he's going back to Cleveland, even though he played in Cleveland for majority of his career, Cleveland is a lot different today than it was when he was there during his prime, when his mother was alive, when his brother was there. Now he's really going there alone, you know. So be careful for the signs, and I hope we see it this season that Khloé can stay strong in this whole process as he as he may be like, I need you. You know what I mean? Be careful of that.
And she's made it clear that she's not getting back with him. She even says she kind of has to have her guard up around him because she doesn't ever want to give a hint of anything possibly moving forward with them.
Yeah.
So with him leaving, it kind of is like a sigh of relief for her that she can just kind of relax and not have her guard up so much. So.
A sigh of relief.
Well, Kendall makes it clear that she's not boring.
Well, okay, don't lie.
I would have to disagree.
Look, I'm tired of these people lying to my wife as she take notes. Kendall, you are boring.
And that's okay.
That's fine.
So she says that she always talks about her horse and her anxiety on the show, but ask any of her friends, she's a good time.
Well, show us. You know what I'm saying?
So she is in Paris for Fashion Week. She is walking for Victoria Beckham as well as L'Oreal. Kendall and Kylie end up having dinner together to catch up. And there really wasn't much to that. It was nice to see them get together because they both do have different schedules.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily know what Kylie does. I know Kylie has her cosmetics line, but I don't know how busy that makes her, other than her just wanting to be home with her family and maybe not be in the mix with everybody, is what it seems like with Kylie. So.
I think, should I say it now? I'm not going to say it now. I'm going to say it in the next couple scenes. Keep going.
So it is the day of the baby shower. Kris has been planning this Mickey Mouse themed baby shower, old school Disneyland type of baby shower.
Yeah.
So they've got the balloons, they've got like Mickey Disney stuff with the hats, the pretzels, the churros. Like, it's like they literally brought Disneyland to the house.
Blair was really enjoying the scene.
I thought it was so cute. Like, even like, I don't know if it was like butter or like even just every little miniature detail. I was just like, oh, everything is so cute. So Kourtney calls. She tested positive for COVID. And Kris tells the event planner and is also kind of freaking out and like, what are we going to do? She can't not come to her baby shower. This is ridiculous. So pretty much Kourtney and Travis said that they're going to come over early before all the guests get there, just so at least they can see everything. And so they get there. And it was funny. As soon as they get out of their car, Kris is like, they're here. Start singing. So they've got the singers there singing. They check everything out. Kourtney absolutely loves it. And she feels like her mom brought Disneyland to her. And so they decide to stay, but they have these couches that are like far off away from everybody.
Yeah.
And Kris ends up announcing the name when they were doing a cheers with Khloé and Kim, the name of the baby, which is Rocky.
Yeah.
So, did you have any comments about the baby shower? All right. Well, Kim says her mom and Corey are going to be going to Paris with her, and they all aboard Kim Air on Kim's private jet. So Kim is explaining everything and everywhere she has to be. So she's going to spend 6 hours in New York, 15 hours in Paris. Then she's going to Atlantic City. Then she's going to Milan. And the plane at some point is going to pick up the kids, I guess, to bring them to her.
Yeah.
Well, she also has to go to D.C. All within 4 days. So Khloé is not coming. And Kim says that Khloé is unbearable these days, that she needs to get out and live her life. Khloé says someone really should be here for the kids and for Kourtney. I mean, she's, high risk pregnancy, and for none of the family to be here is kind of crazy. So Khloé is staying back to make sure things are straight with everybody.
Stop right there. So Kourtney's pregnant, so Kim can't fight with her. You know what I'm saying? So Kim is turning her attention to Khloé.
That's exactly what I thought.
Right?
She needs somebody new to fight with.
And they use the word unbearable because I want to be home with the kids. Truth be told, Kim, you should be turning your attention to Kylie. That's who you should be fighting with, because Khloé is not a young person. she's part of your generation.
Right.
That's carrying the Kardashian name. The one who gets the benefit of being some type of Kardashian or Jenner or whatever it is Kylie. Mm-hmm. You should put the responsibility of, it's Paris week, Kylie, you're coming.
Yeah.
You get and things like that. Now I understand that Kylie a mother too, but there is something to let's compare. Kim is over here. She says, I'm doing it all. I am a mother of 4 kids. I'm in law school. I'm in New York doing this photo shoot as we seen in the beginning. And Khloé is here taking care of her kids and basically being around the family. I don't think Kim values motherhood as a mother.
Oh, wow. That's a bold statement.
Listen here. I have to do something with this episode, okay? I think she views motherhood as something that you can
pass off to the nanny.
That you can just send a plane to bring the kids.
Right.
Dude, you get what I'm saying? Like I don't know the word for it, but I'm telling you what she said.
I'm with you.
She said, I'm going to send the plane. I'm not going to be on the plane. I might be on the plane, but if I'm busy, I'm going to send the plane to bring the kids.
Like it's a school bus.
To where Kourtney in the sky.
Right.
The magic school bus. Right. But Kourtney's like, if something happened to the kids,
yes,
I'm here.
Khloé. Mm-hmm.
Khloé. Excuse me. Who did I say? Kourtney.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Khloé. Right. Too many K's.
Okay.
Right. But Khloé is like, I value motherhood so much that I want to be present if something was to not only happen to my children, but something happens to your children, or if something happens to Kourtney while she is going through a high-risk pregnancy, because there's value in being present.
Yes.
Right? I don't think Kim, and here's the thing, I'm not saying it as that's why, I don't want y'all to come in my comments now. I'm telling y'all this right now, because I'm already dealing with it with Love and Marriage Huntsville. I don't want y'all coming to my comments like, yeah, and that's why Kim Kardashian's the devil. Nobody called her a devil yet.
Okay.
We on episode 1. We got a lot more to go, right? I think whenever you're around someone who is a busybody,
yeah,
if you're not a busybody to their level, they think you're doing nothing.
Yes.
And that's why Kim is like, she's unbearable. Khloé's unbearable. She don't want to do anything. And I'm like, she's doing things. She's just not as busy as you.
Right.
And she and you find your value, Kim, in being busy.
Yeah.
And doing a lot. Mm-hmm. And truth be told, carrying the Kardashian name. Mm-hmm. And that may be a weight that only you can understand and bear, truth be told, because everybody probably not pulling their weight to keep the Kardashian name up. It's probably just you and Kris,
right, just
doing it. And that's why I say turn the attention to Kendall and mainly Kylie, and things like that, because I still don't know what Kylie does.
Right.
At least with Kendall, she models. You know what I mean? But go ahead. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're fine. And then with Kylie, I mean, she had her whole King Kylie era, and where people were super into her and what she had going on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Kylie has been very quiet lately, and I know she, has her kids and she's doing her thing and being a mom, and that's totally fine. But I agree. If you're going to be looking at who needs to be doing more, then it's the younger generation.
The one that's talking about the horses. Come on now.
Yeah. But I think that Kim realizes that they can't handle the spotlight and the work. And the thing is, I think Khloé used to have a harder shell, which she's admitted that life and things have kind of beat her down a little bit because she's not feeling as strong. But I do think Kim, like, if you want somebody to kind of have that get it and go like you have it, I mean, you got to talk to Kendall and Kylie and be like, y'all, what is up? But I really don't think anybody in the family can handle what Kim does. No. And I don't think that Kim should judge that other people want to have more or just a different lifestyle.
But she can't help but judge, because she's like, y'all basically eating off of me.
No.
Like y'all eating off of me, and I'm going to go at the one who I feel like can take it. To your point, I'm going to go and basically throw it all in Khloé's face. But really, I'm talking about the family as a whole, as a unit, because I know Khloé can take it. I'm not going to go at Kourtney. I'm going to respect the fact that she's a high-risk pregnancy. But, boy, the minute that baby is gone for next season and things like that, it's going to be back to Kim and Kourtney. It just is what it is. But let's keep going.
So Kendall visits Kim while she's getting ready.
Yeah.
And basically, Kim thinks people shouldn't judge her for what success looks like for her, because she says success looks different for different people. Kendall doesn't understand why Kim would come out here for 12 hours. She's like, that's crazy.
To her, she's like, I'm here for work at least.
Yes,
but to each his own.
So Kendall, go ahead.
It made me think of it. It made me think of something. Is Kim out of touch? And when I say Kim Kardashian, is the name Kim Kardashian the same as it was even a decade ago? Because I think I'm going back to the Met Gala, and they usually show like the Met Gala at some point throughout the reunion. I mean, throughout the show and something like that. And we saw how small she was. We saw how basically how polarizing she looked, right? But even when I was looking at it, and even when you was looking at it, you was like, we kind of see like Kim's age. Like she's not the hot topic as she used to be. So I'm like, is Kim doing all these things thinking that she still is in the trend? Yeah. Or is she doing things trying to get back into the trend to where Kim Kardashian is a name that trends on Twitter and things like that?
I don't know. I think she's still very much popular. I don't know if she's at the height of her heyday. Yeah. But I don't think she's that far off. So
yeah, I think year by year we are seeing Kim and at least Kim Kardashian, at least year by year we are caring less and less about her, about Kim Kardashian. Okay. And I'm talking about the regular folks like me. Okay. You know, maybe in those circles, you know, Victoria Beckham and things like that, like, you know, those rich people, they care. But I think year by year, Kim Kardashian is no longer a hot topic or even a polarizing thing anymore. It's almost something of old. So I think she's trying to find new avenues to keep her name fresh, get into acting and things like that. How can I put it? The way that Kim stays Kim is that she consistently stays in our face.
Yeah, she makes sure she stays relevant. That's like the real talent of the family is staying relevant.
But it's almost becoming like, oh, okay, Kim's here. It's like that. Like, even when I saw the Met Gala, it was like, even though we saw Kim, we were like, oh, Kim, you don't look right. And then we went on to like somebody else. Okay. So that's my opinion.
Well, Kendall invites her mom to see The Golden Bachelor, so we got a little crossover situation going on. Yeah. Well, Kris is trying to get sentimental with Kendall, talking about, remember when I brought you to Paris when you were little and all this type of stuff. But Kim keeps talking to Kendall, trying to get her to see what show that Kim has been watching and stuff, until Kendall's just like, all right, y'all, I really got to go. Like, I got to get ready for my show. Yeah. So on the way to the Victoria Beckham show, Kris, Kim and Corey end up getting caught in traffic, and they end up being 20 minutes late to the show. So they're really freaking out about it, because it's definitely rude to be late to a show and walking in, and if they've decided to hold up the show for you, that is kind of crazy. And definitely, of course, they're on the front row, and Kim is going to be sitting next to Anna Wintour. So they get there, everything goes well. They actually didn't even notice Kendall, that Kendall was the one who closed the show, because she was so unrecognizable. Kim really wishes that Khloé was there. She feels that Khloé isn't going to meet anyone in carpool. She needs to do adult things, and she thinks Khloé would be happier if she wasn't so rigid about her schedule.
What are your thoughts on that?
My thought about that is just Kim being judgmental again. I mean, Kim doesn't want people to judge her for how busy she is, but it seems like she loves to judge people by how they like to lead a slower or a more family-based lifestyle. And my thoughts about that is Khloé even ready to date? I don't think she's ready to date and get out there in that way. And I think Kim is trying to force her and make her do this and be the old Khloé where you party and all this type of stuff. And Khloé is not the same person she's been years ago. And she has probably a different value set. She has her kids. Like, she doesn't want to be flying all around and meeting men and all this type of stuff. Like, that's not really where her head is at right now. And I think Kim is looking at Khloé as if she's in a rut, versus seeing that her values are changing. And maybe there is a little bit of fear there about not wanting to get back out there, but she has to do it in her time and her own pace. And you calling her out or picking at her about it isn't going to make it any easier. But at the same time, I feel like that's sisters too. Like, y'all pick at each other. So,
yeah, this is just a foreshadowing of what the season's going to be about. And it's going to be the Kim versus Khloé show, right? and maybe it works for them, right? Some type of sibling rivalry. Like I said earlier, Kim, little things that she said, if you're not going to meet someone in the carpool, right? Because even though the carpool, we're talking about picking up your kids from school, she don't see value in that.
Yeah.
Because to her, she's like, I can just send somebody to pick up the kids from school, right? But to Khloé, or to us, it may be like, hey, there's value in when my kid leaves the school, they see me outside. You get what I'm saying? I know they can see anybody. I'm rich too, Kim, just to let you know. I could send somebody there to basically do it, but there's value that I put value in, that when they come outside, that they see me. They see my car. Right. You know what I mean? So there's value in that, but I don't think Kim puts her value in motherhood. I'm not saying that she's not a good mother. That's not what I'm saying. I think she does so much that she has no choice but to lump motherhood as in with all the other work she does. She views it as work. Yeah. Like, you know what? I have to go here. I have to go here. I have to go here. And throughout that time, it just lets me know, like, oh, yeah, this is during the school year. You get what I'm saying? Because the fact that Khloé was like, somebody got to pick the kids up from school. And then I'm going to send the car to go get them, the car in the sky, you know, to go pick up my kids and bring them here. So it's like she's multitasking her motherhood, it seems like. Right. It's like, I'm being a mother while I'm doing this. And Khloé's like, I'm just going to be a mother at the moment. And everything else, you know? Yeah. And I also think that not one way is better than the other necessarily, because I do understand that when men are businessmen and they don't have to be home with the kids all the time. I'm dropping them kids all right to you, Blake. Right. And I definitely get that. But at the same time, even in those situations, you have a gap between the parent and the kids that they might try to bridge later on in life when the kids feel like, you know, yes, we had all these things, but you weren't there. Man. You know? So that therapy will be expensive. Yeah, so it's a lot to think about. So because parents are not gonna understand that. Parents are not gonna understand. Listen, you was able to see the world. You was able to afford this. You was able to afford this, and then that's when the kid can be like, "But I just wanted you." And you're just like, "Oh my gosh." Right. You're like, you don't understand how I grew up. I grew up with only one burner on the stove work and stuff. Listen, that therapy, if you can avoid it, please do. Yeah. Because I ain't gonna be self-righteous. I'm not gonna be self-righteous. If the Lord bless us with kids, I already know my kid is not gonna grow up the way that I grew up. So I already know it's gonna be some combativeness when it comes to, like, look what I'm able to do for you. I didn't have this. Yeah. I ain't have this. And that's when they were like, well, I ain't asked for these things. I wanted you. And I'm going to be like, oh my gosh. Thank you. Yes. You know, I'm putting money aside for that therapy already. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Anything else? That's all I got. Y'all be good. Bye.